to a great sense of urgency. Whoopee! Pumps, homie! Just want to pump iron. Get over here, Whoopee! The pumps, homie! Pumping that iron. You bring it up. Pumps, homie! Just want to pump iron. Bring it up. The pumps, homie! Pumping that iron like Whoopee! Pumps, homie! Just want to pump iron. Get over here, Whoopee! The pumps, homie! Pumping that iron. You bring it up. Pumps, homie! Just want to pump iron. Bring it up. The pumps, homie! Pumping that iron like.
I'm sneaking into Stamini's underwear drawer. I'm gonna find the perfect little pair for me. Get back to the dang review, you're monkeying around.
What up? It's Garage Gym, homie, and today I'm talking about how to stay motivated to work out. Where does that come from, that motivation? How do I stay motivated, and is it worth it? Before we get into this here, please click the subscribe button, because I got content coming out all the dang time for you, man. So click subscribe and let's get into this, man. God bless all of you homies. I hope you're feeling amazing, living from the heart, staying out of your head. You know, a lot of the video ideas that I get come from you guys, actually. The stuff that's not supplement reviews, even some of the supplement reviews, they come from you. You tell me which pre-workouts you want to see and I'll look into them, whatever it is. So somebody asked me on Instagram, you know, how do you stay motivated to work out? And I thought about it, man. I had a quick answer, and then I thought, you know what, don't be so quick, GGH, and make a whole dang video about it. So I'm going to talk about that. You know, I just want to get out of the way because I can't sugarcoat things or beat around the bush or tell you how it's not. You know, that's not my purpose. My purpose, I'm going to tell you how it is. And the truth is, man, that discipline doesn't come from me. Discipline that I have comes from God. I'm nothing without God, you know, like, that's the truth, man. So if you're lacking discipline and I'm going to go into my, you know, some stuff. I'm just going to talk, you know, I don't have notes on this one or anything like that. If you're lacking discipline or motivation or whatever word you want to call it, you know, it's whatever, you might be trying to create something that's not there. You know, without God, I'm just like an untreated alcoholic, and there's no structure or discipline. You know, it wasn't until I tapped into living a spiritual life. I always had that kind of look, man, for lack of a better word, let's just say OCD, you know, where I was kind of able to be very organized. You know, my head just kind of ticks like that. But I was never able to have a structured life like I do now, and, you know, practice a life of restriction and not indulge in. I mean, I'm a guy who, I see it, I indulge in it. I can't stop myself. Heroin, crystal meth, hookers, porn stars, food, maybe not food so much. I was never like an overeater or anything, but I never had any kind of discipline when it came to healthy living, you know, any kind of, you know, way to, you know, turn down something that tasted, you know, candy, this, whatever it was. Sex, you know, with a million women and this and that. That's not me. I indulge in everything I see. So it wasn't until I tapped into the power of God that I was able to practice this beautiful life that I have of restriction. So I just want to get that out of the way, that if you have no discipline, you know, there's no magic answer I have for you besides it comes from spirituality. It comes from God. It comes from tapping into that. You know, for me, it was the 12 steps and, you know, building a relationship with God through prayer, meditation, this, that, and I started to feel more powerful. You know, that's a lot of people think, well, I'm just, you know, I hear this a lot at AA. I'm powerless over people, places, and things. They got the wrong idea, homie. God gives us power. You know, that's what we're more powerful the more that we have God, you know. So I just want to say that. So the other thing I'm going to say is, so let's say we have some discipline now, man. So as far as working out goes, I'm going to give you a few tips that work really well for me. Number one, write down your plans. You got to solidify it in front of you in black and white. So it's right there. That means that rest weeks go on the calendar with stim breaks. My head is going to do anything that it can to talk me out of doing things that are good for me. Because this wants to destroy me. I'm telling you, man, this wants to destroy me. It doesn't want me pumping iron. This doesn't want me freaking eating healthy. This doesn't want me practicing restriction. This doesn't want me sober, living the 12 steps, helping addicts and alcoholics, making this content. This right here does. I have to get out of here and get into here. So the point is, I have to have my body armor on to do every single thing that I can to be prepared for that and to fight back with that. Because this is going to be the biggest battle we are ever going to have in this fitness thing, bodybuilding. It's us versus ourselves. I've never been into team sports. I'm not against team sports. I was just pretty intimidated by them as a kid. I thought, I lived in fear. Everybody knows what's going on in the game except me. Everybody's good and not me. I'm, no confidence. I'm insecure and, I don't really understand the rules and everything. You got to see this. Where are you going? Go get him. Go. Go, 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 go. Are you going crazy? Go. All right, back to it. All right. So I always engaged in sports that was always me versus myself. Snow skiing, love skiing. Skateboarding, biggest skateboarder. I skateboarded for years, was actually, you might be surprised, very freaking good. And I loved it. Me versus me. I love that kind of, and that's why I like bodybuilding. It's me versus me. So I've always connected with those kind of sports. So we got to have our armor on, because the biggest battle we're going to have is us versus ourselves, because my head is good. So I have to be prepared for that. Now I'm going to tell you some ways to be prepared for that. Number one, we solidify our plans. At the beginning of every single week, first of all, I need a plan in the first place. How many days a week am I going to be training? 5? Okay, 5 days training, 5 days cardio. Am I going to split up my cardio? When do I allow myself to have cheat meals? How do I do that? Am I allowed 2 days a week, 1 day a week? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. That's between you and God. Solidify your plans before you in black and white. There is something very special about writing down your plans that solidifies them, so your head can't change what's on the paper. That's what happened, because when we come up with plans just in our head, the place that wants to destroy us, you can change it constantly, talk yourself out of it. But when something's different, when it's on the calendar and it says rest week and stim break 4 times a year, it says start rest from training, and then it says start training again 10 days later. I can't talk myself out of that because I've solidified it on the calendar. That's just one example. At the beginning of every week, I have to write down my plans and all 5 of my workouts for strength training and 5 of my workouts for cardio. And I have to cross them out as I go. That doesn't give me room. That means I have to get those 10 workouts done by Sunday, from Monday to the next Sunday. And I can't talk myself out of it. Okay. Now, So that's the first suggestion, is writing down your plans. The next suggestion, there's no motivation for me really needed to work out, because I'm going to tell you a few things. Number one, there's no wiggle room for me when it comes to routine. I thrive on structure. Okay, that's how I thrive on it. So there's no thinking. There's no, when am I going to go to the gym? What time am I going to go? This or that. There's no thinking. There's no option, because I know when I wake up first thing in the morning, I'm going to pray to God first. That's the first thing I do, is I go to God. God, please direct my thinking, especially to divorce my thoughts from self-pity, self-seeking, dishonest motives. God's first. Then I go into all my other prayers. I meditate. I think about my plans for the day. So the first thing I'm doing is tapping into that power I'm telling you about. So I'm getting powered through the day. I don't just wake up and blast into the day, and it wouldn't be right. I'd be missing something. So then, right after I get up, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making the bed. I'm feeding the dogs. I'm letting them out. And then I work out. There's no thinking. There's no, when am I going to do it? What time? This or that. I have a routine, and there's no way around doing it. It's just when I do it. It's just part of my life I've built. So there's no wiggle room to say, well, I'm maybe, what time should I work out? Well, I could, maybe I'll just sleep in today and do that. That's not how it works, because it's just day in and day out of consistency. There's no thinking my way out of it, because that's just what I do. I come home from work, I clean up around the house, I take a 20-minute nap, usually just a little refresh, and I get down immediately to start pumping iron after work. So maybe I've done cardio in the morning now I'm pumping iron after work. End of freaking story. I mean, that's it. So when you solidify your plans in black and white, and you start with the consistency, and if you're not feeling discipline or motivation, I suggest going to God and saying, God, I'm gonna talk from your heart, whatever. I'm an unstructured dude, God. I'm not feeling motivated. I ask that you please give me the power to do what I can to be healthy, so I can be of best service to you and the people around me. I mean, that's what we really want, right? We want to be the best we can to be of service to God and the people around us. And I can only do that if I'm living this life myself, because the best way to help people is to lead by example, right? I mean, I couldn't be a sponsor to somebody and guide them through the 12 steps if I'm still drinking. I couldn't help people, get this dang muscle, if I have no dang muscle, right? I mean, I have to have my house in order, to a point before helping other people do it, And so I need to be of maximum service. So I need to ask God, if I'm not feeling it, if you're not feeling it, if you want to stop jerking off and you can't find the power within you to turn the porn off, you need to ask God, please give me the healthy sexual mindset. Please help me put away the porn and stop jerking off, because I know deep down to the core, it's not right. Whatever it is for you, you got to ask for it from here, and it works. Keep asking. So back to the start. The discipline and the motivation doesn't come from me. I don't have that power. I'm not that powerful. God gives me the power. Same with anything, patience, tolerance, any of that comes from God. God gets credit for that. God gets credit for all of this, homie. So you know, God gives us the power to write our plans down, solidify them in black and white before us, come up with a plan that we can stick with. I've done this for 10 freaking years, homie, without falling off. Never once have I fallen off in 10 years since being sober. That means what I've done works for me. God's taken me through the whole thing. I haven't missed a week of meal prepping because I know when I wake up in the morning, I'll show you right here, man. I have no secrets. You don't understand. I have no secrets. Look at this. Let me just show you. I mean, here it is. Saturday. This is my schedule. Let me show you this, just so you can see it. Saturday and holiday. Weigh in, 8 a.m. on Saturday. Feed the dogs, 8:30. 9 o'clock, H2O, I drink a bottle. 10 o'clock's my first meal. 10:30, synagogue or pray. Right then, I do extensive prayer. 12, that's when my YouTube content is posted. Add the review to my website and post it on Instagram, 12 o'clock. 12:05, drink my second bottle of water. 1, shake. So that's the times. And then I have to do this. Go through my stuff in my phone, calendar, clean outside car garage, clean downstairs, clean middle, clean upstairs, meal prep. It's right there in front of me. I have my whole schedule right there in front of me. Workout, edit my live video on Saturday, sauna, Roomba the house, all this stuff. I have all my plans written down for 10 years. I've never gotten rid of it. So it's solidified. So I can't talk my way out of it. I've changed this over time, tweaked it to make it more efficient, but my plans stay on me. Every day of the week I have one. I have one for every single day of the week. I have Wednesday, clean outside car garage, calendar, clean downstairs, clean middle, clean upstairs, work out when I get home, feed dogs, dinner, shower, hygiene, sauna, whatever it is. My plans are in front of me, so I don't talk my way out of them. And that's how this works. So I'm telling you, man, I have nothing to hide here. Now, the other thing I'll say is the other way I stay motivated, and this is one of the most important ways, this is my high, homies. This is my freaking dope, okay? This is what I don't want you to miss out on. This is how I stay freaking motivated, because I'm a freaking drug addict. I'm a dope fiend. And you got to change your mindset to look at this like this is your freaking heroin. And there is nothing that gets in the way of a heroin addict and his freaking heroin. Clean eating, sleeping for over 8 hours a night, spirituality, helping others, pumping freaking iron with music on, swimming, cardio. Every single bit of this lifestyle gets me high. And you gotta freaking get fired up about that. This is all about getting high. This is the opposite of drugs, because drugs freaking feel amazing. I shoot up some dope, I feel great. I pay for it later. Guilt, shame, withdrawal, suffering. This is the opposite. I'm gonna hurt. I'm gonna hurt. This is gonna be painful. Clean eating all week. This is gonna be a little, suffer. I'm gonna be a little hungry. I want to get ripped. I'm gonna be freaking, I might not get to do what I wanted. I have to shut the, phone down and do this and that. As I want to get over 8 hours of sleep a night. Maybe it's not comfortable to pray to God right then. Maybe I want to be in my head and be in fear. This iron pumping, maybe it's going to suck for a freaking hour. This cardio, I don't want to do cardio right now. I'm freaking My head is, I'm freaking tired, man. I'm tired. I worked my butt off all day. I did this, but nothing gets in the way of me getting high. So the point is, this is gonna hurt now, and then I'm gonna be high later. And your head's gonna do anything to freaking talk you out of putting blood, sweat, and tears into this meal prepping, into this workout, into this cardio, into sleeping 8+ hours a night, into meal prepping every single week, into everything you do, the iron pump or whatever. I might have said all this stuff twice already. I can't say it enough. Your head's gonna say, hey Ari, there's an easier way to do this workout where you could still say you got it done. Maybe you should do it Sunday instead of today because you still have the whole, it's gonna do anything to get in the way of you and your heroin, okay? Your good heroin, the positive, the godly heroin that I'm talking about. And you gotta talk back to it. You gotta go to God. That's where this meditation comes from. You gotta talk back to your head. You're not gonna freaking talk me out of this freaking workout. This workout's gonna freaking suck. I'm gonna freaking hurt for the next hour. This next 35 minutes of cardio is gonna suck. It's gonna be painful. I'm gonna freaking embrace this suffering, but then I'm gonna feel high. Because if I don't freaking do it, I'm gonna be pissed at myself. And I'm gonna be in my head way more about why the heck didn't I just do it? I should have done it. I should have eaten clean and been a little hungry because now I'm full and bloated and feel like junk. And I freaking am regretting it. I should have eaten clean. You gotta start talking back to your head because this wants to destroy you. So those are the ways I stay motivated. The power comes from God. My spiritual life, the more I throw myself into spirituality and helping others, the more structured and disciplined that I have the power to be. My plans are written down in black and white, whether it's on my calendar, on my phone, or the workouts I do, all of them are solidified. 10 years later, I'm still freaking solidifying them and still tweaking them to make them better and more efficient. You know, I show you everything, man. I am as transparent as you could be about my life and what I deal with and, you know, how I do this. There's no secrets. You got to and then the last part is you have to look at this like you're a dope fiend and you're getting high. This should all get you high. If you haven't made the connection yet, that meal prepping, clean eating, spirituality, pumping iron, and freaking cardio, if you're looking at it like a chore and not your dope and a way to get freaking high as heck, then you've got it wrong. You haven't even done it. You haven't done it long enough, or you got to start being grateful that God even lets us do this. You better be grateful God allows us to pump this iron, because not everybody can. Not everybody can do cardio. Not everybody has a kitchen where they can meal prep. Not everybody has a nice chair they could sit down and take time out of their life and freaking meditate in the quietness of their own home or wherever safe space they have. They might be in freaking prison, and maybe it's not so easy to, you know, sit back and close your eyes and meditate because you're always watching your freaking back. I don't freaking know. I'm just making stuff up. We got to be grateful we're allowed to pump this iron. You don't want to look back and say, I should have freaking done it. Heck no, man. So I suggest, man, you start changing your mindset. If you're having trouble with motivation, you go to God, you write down your plans, and you freaking look at this like it's dope. And that's it. Every bit of this lifestyle, clean living, spirituality, prayer, meditation, should be all about getting high. The closer I get to God, the higher I get. I feel high all freaking day. That's what I got for you, man. That's how I stay motivated. It comes from God, and I'm a freaking dope fiend with this lifestyle. And nothing is going to get in the way of me and my dope. And you need to embrace a little bit of suffering and restriction, because it hurts a little now, and you feel freaking amazing later. Amazing. High all day. That's what I got for you, man. Garage Gym, let me know in the comments. Garage Gym Homie's always gonna give it to you straight, man. God bless all of you. You better get fired up, man. We get to get high all day, homie. I'm out.